Hey, welcome to the shop. We all know that owning one motorcycle of any type can add a lot of fun to your life. But did you know that the real magic can happen when you explore different kinds of bikes? In this video, I'll explain why owning a variety of motorcycles elevates your biking experience to a whole new dimension. If you're a motorcycle nut like me, you know that you can never have too many. And if you're lucky enough to own more than one, why settle for the same kind? That would be like having two identical cars or eating the same food every day. It would get boring really quick. And there are so many different types of motorcycles, each with its own unique style and performance and character. So why not add some variety to your life? That's why I'd recommend that you own different kinds of bikes. I have two street bikes now, and they're quite different, yet they complement each other. I didn't plan it this way, it just worked out. But I'd encourage you to do it that way, if you're ever looking at a second bike. Speaking of my bikes, this is my 2008 Honda Goldwing, the ultimate touring machine. It's got everything you need for long, comfortable rides. It has plush seats, heated grips, ample storage capacity, and the power to give you a thrill while easily carrying you, a traveling companion, and everything else you'd need across continents. And this, my friends, is my Honda CB400 Four, a classic beauty from the 1970s. It wasn't faster than some of its contemporaries, so it's certainly not fast by today's standards, but it offers something that most modern bikes can't: the raw, unadulterated essence of motorcycling. I'm fortunate to have two motorcycles of any kind, and I feel especially lucky having these two. I bought the Goldwing in 2020 because my wife and I wanted more comfort and storage space than our V65 Sabre offered for longer rides. When I bought this GL, I had no expectations of ever owning a 404. I had wanted a 400F for decades, but I had given up on finding one until, through a stroke of good luck, I got this 1976 model in 2022. I made other videos explaining why I bought each of these bikes. I have limited space and budget for toys. If I could, I'd have one of every kind of bike, but I can only have two, so I need to be selective. With that in mind, I likely wouldn't have two touring bikes or two adventure bikes, for example. Plus, variety is the spice of life, and it's nice to have bikes that offer a different riding experience so you can choose your own adventure on a given day. The styles come down to your preferences. You might want to pair a modern sport bike with a motocrosser, or a cruiser with a trail bike. The main thing is you find the variety that suits you. After owning these two bikes for a while, I can see that they make the ideal pairing. They have some things in common, yet they're vastly different in other ways. What they share is good, while their differences complement each other, making my motorcycling life richer. The GL is obviously much bigger and heavier than the 400, but it's strangely refreshing to switch in either direction from one to the other. When I get off the Goldwing and onto the 400 feels almost like a bicycle. It's so light and easy to move that it inspires confidence. As modern sport bikes go, the 400F isn't light, but it certainly feels light after riding the GL. When I switch in the other direction, there's no escaping notice of the weight of the Goldwing. But knowing this bike's capabilities inspires confidence in its own way. It gives me the assurance that it could effortlessly carry me thousands of kilometers in comfort, which would be asking a lot of the 400. Separated by more than 1,400 cc's and 30 years of technology, the GL has an obvious advantage over the 400 in power and speed. The Goldwing is no crotch rocket, but it has an impressive giddy-up when you stretch its legs. However, because it's so smooth, it never feels like it's going as fast as it really is. The 400F, on the other hand, is a specialist at making you feel like you're going faster than you actually are. Its low-tech suspension gives you an intimate feel of the road, and because you need to rev this little engine to get moving, the 4-into-1 exhaust offers a delightful wail even at lower speeds, adding to the illusion that you're going faster than your speedometer shows. It's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow, and on short rides, my 400F proves it. But on longer rides, comfort really matters. And in this area, it's not fair to compare these two bikes. The Goldwing is designed from the ground up for comfort, with plush seats, fairing, heaters, refined ergonomics, and all the other amenities of a large touring bike. The Goldwing cockpit is a place where you can sit for hours in comfort. The 400 Four is the mid-1970s version of a production sport bike. As a super sport, its designers had comfort as a secondary priority. It has low handlebars and rear set foot pegs, which have me leaning forward with more weight on my arms. An hour of steady riding on this bike is about all my no longer 20-something frame can withstand before I make a stop to shake out the kinks and get the blood circulating through my hands. While the GL is the ultimate in comfort, it makes me appreciate the rawness of the 400 Four. Leaning head down into the wind like a 1970s racer, feeling every bump, hearing those four cylinders sing in harmony, and driving closer to the limits of the machine is, for me, motorcycling at its purest. In terms of complexity, these two bikes are bookends on the scale. Because it has all the amenities, the Goldwing is a sophisticated machine, with who knows how many kilometers of wire connecting computers, relays, radios, sensors, displays, and other equipment. Thankfully, it's also well engineered, so that complexity doesn't mean low reliability. These bikes are legendary for their ability to accumulate hundreds of thousands of kilometers with little more than routine maintenance. The 400F is about as simple as a motorcycle can be. No computers, no ABS, no fuel injection, and no sophisticated networks of relays and controls. With an air-cooled engine, a basic electrical system, and no-frills mechanics, it's a testament to the idea that less can be more. As a rider, there's satisfaction in the simplicity of this bike. You feel like you're more connected to the machine and the road when there's less technology between you and the ride. Although it doesn't have all the comforts of the Goldwing, the 400F gives me a visceral riding experience, and because of its simplicity, it doesn't ask for much in return. But the complexity of the GL has its own appeal. I enjoy learning about it when it does need work, and every time I ride it, I appreciate all the good things that complexity gives me. From an electronically adjustable suspension to heated grips to cruise control, it's designed to make riding as easy as possible. And its reputation for reliability gives you the sense that it will get you to your destination, no matter how far away that might be. When it comes to choosing my adventure on a given day, it's nice having two bikes that are each better suited to the extremes of the weather conditions I encounter in my Canadian riding season. I can be comfortable on the Goldwing in the rain or down to 5 degrees Celsius because of the wind protection and the heaters. On the 400F or any naked bike, about 10 Celsius is as low as I like to go. However, on those still, hot, humid summer days, sitting in traffic under a harsh midday sun, The 400F gives me a breath of a breeze at lower speeds, while the GL can feel like a sauna when the bike or the air isn't moving. But both of these bikes are significant, and they each deserve their place of reverence in the annals of motorcycle history. The 400 Four is a timeless classic because it's somewhat a rarity, but also because Honda really hit the mark with its design. If you have an appreciation for the styling of the universal Japanese motorcycle, which I suppose first appeared in 1969 with the iconic Honda CB400, you'd likely agree that the 400F nails it. It still turns heads, even though it was made almost 5 decades ago. Its lines make it stand out from its contemporaries, and to me, it's much more appealing. From the side, it has an aggressive for its day cafe look, and from the front, your eyes are drawn to that iconic sweeping 4-into-1 exhaust header that's a masterpiece at the intersection of art and engineering. In my eyes, this bike just doesn't have a bad side. The 400F is a link to the past. The 1970s took us from the relatively crude technology of 60s motorcycles to the revolutionary designs of the 80s. The 400 Four has the lineage of older generations of bikes, with design cues hinting at what the future would bring. Most people would say that the Goldwing has been the king of the hill in the touring class since its introduction nearly a half-century ago. Mine is a more modern machine that features all the latest technology for its day, and it all fits together in a package that just works. This bike's long line of respected predecessors all make their presence known through its unmistakable feel of refinement. Both of these motorcycles stand on the shoulders of giants, and when I'm on either of them, I can sense how the DNA passed on by those giants makes my riding experience more enjoyable. Those giants will live on forever. The Goldwing and CB400 Four give me a range of experiences that I'd never have with just one bike, and that has enriched my motorcycling life. The variety of styles and riding experiences keeps things interesting, and motivates me to get out for a run no matter what the weather, where I'm going, or how I'm feeling. If you're lucky enough to own more than one motorcycle, don't hesitate to diversify your collection. You might be surprised at how much more you can get out of motorcycling with just one more bike in your stable. As a bonus, saddle time on different types of bikes can make you a better rider by developing different skills that can be applied in all situations. And if someone in your life isn't convinced that you need another bike of any kind, I made a video to help with that, so check it out right after you click like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.